Hi, everybody. Welcome to TV Guide Live. My name is Alex Alvin. I'm managing editor for TVGuide.com, and I'm here with two of our awesome editors, Liam Matthews and Liz Raftery. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Good. You excited to talk about TV?
Yes.
Yes, well, that's all we do all day long is we talk about television. And we're going to keep talking about it. We got a bunch of stuff we're going to be running down today. We're going to be talking about the recent Jesse Williams controversy. We're going to be talking about the Royal Pains finale that's coming up later tonight, and some new news about American Horror Story, plus showing off a cool video that Liam did. But we also want your questions, guys. We want you to send them in. So send them in on the comments below if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Twitter. You can hit us up at hashtag TVGLive, and we'll answer all of your questions later on right here on the show. So keep them coming. They don't just have to be about these topics. They can be about anything. If you want love advice, absolutely anything. It's all good. But let's get into it. This is the big story of the day, and it is not going away. Jesse Williams gave a speech that some people are upset about. I think that's the simple way, right?
Yeah. Last month at the BET Awards, Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy was accepting this humanitarian award because he's, a political activist. He's, very vocal on Twitter about political movements. He was actually a history teacher before he started on Grey's, which I think is really interesting. But so he was accepting this award at the BET Awards and gave this speech kind of referencing the Black Lives Matter movement. And
I don't think it was just referencing. I mean, it was outright.
That's what the award was for his work
Right.
in Black Lives Matter.
Right. So, it's not like he's accepting an acting award and just like turned it all political. So he, gave this speech. And, a week or two later at this point, somebody decided to create a petition over the holiday weekend calling for him to get fired from Grey's Anatomy because the petition author said that his speech was racist in itself and, talked about reverse racism and all this stuff. So in the past few days, it's kind of become a news story, and I think it's gotten almost 20,000 signatures at this point, but there's also a counter petition saying that he shouldn't be fired, and there's no way he's going to get fired. I mean, Shonda Rhimes has...
No, well, I think we have the tweet. If you guys can bring up the tweet, if we can show it on the screen. Shonda Rhimes pretty firmly shut that down, right?
Yeah. And even when his speech first became part of the news story, went right after he gave it, she wrote a tweet, basically saying, "Good job for giving this speech." She has supported him the whole way. So there's no way he's going to get fired. But apparently some people still think that he should. So.
Well, what do you think, Liam? How do you feel about this?
I mean, I think it's kind of it's ridiculous. I mean, nothing he said in his speech was wrong. Like, he was just stating facts. It was sort of maybe spoken in a tone that some people online did not like.
You know what? I mean, I watched that speech, and honestly, I thought it was fine. And anybody who thinks that he should be taken off for saying what is essentially true is, to put it lightly, a garbage person. I understand there's a disconnect between a guy who takes his shirt off and does sexy stuff on Grey's Anatomy and the Jesse Williams in real life who is speaking the truth, but reconcile those two things in your head.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is that, granted, this was a televised speech that he was talking about, but he is very political. Like, anyone who follows him on Twitter, he and Shonda Rhimes have both posted, several tweets about the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, this isn't new. So I think someone was just bored over the holiday weekend and decided to make a petition that's obviously gaining some publicity.
Yeah,
so.
The end note is, and this is ridiculous coming from a bunch of white people, but check your white privilege on this, pretty much. Yeah. All right, let's move on in an awkward segue and talk about American Horror Story. So there's been a bunch of news very slowly trickling out about the show. The new thing that happened as of yesterday is we know when the premiere date is for the next season. It's going to be September 14th. The thing that's interesting about that's about a month earlier than it usually hits.
Yeah. I don't have any theories on that other than maybe they're trying to bump it up to coincide with season 2 of American Crime Story, Ryan Murphy's other thing for FX. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
what I think is interesting about it, I wonder, October is the Halloween month, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the spooky month. That's when the scary stuff comes out. Maybe they're trying to get ahead of that, but maybe it also indicates that there's some sort of different theme that isn't quite as horror focused. What do you think, Liam?
I mean, maybe. I've actually never seen the show, so I don't know too much about it other than it's spooky and sexy and I don't know what we don't know we don't know anything about it
Well,
other
I'll
than
tell you,
the premiere
you
date.
got to check out the logo. That's going to tell you a lot about it. Just bring up the logo. It's crazy. And it was blowing fast minds the other day. There we go.
Okay.
American
There's the
Horror
logo.
Story.
So it's sort of like a
parentheses.
so it's sort of it's a question mark.
Right, it's a question mark
6?
and some sort of parentheses that make a 6. Yes.
Maybe
season
it's
6, right?
Have they done?
Yeah, season
have they
6.
done? Have they? Oh, it's yeah. Okay. Have they done satanic stuff yet?
Yeah.
They should have just done 666.
Right?
Season 666. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of looks like maybe like a fish hook or something you hang a jacket on. So maybe it's about how scary it is to put on a jacket.
Yeah.
That's
If it keeps going and strangles you. Yeah.
Right. It's straight jackets.
It's a straitjacket.
They
They
already
did that.
this-
They
yeah,
did already
this,
did
some
it.
of them,
Yeah.
So they can't possibly be it. If you guys out in audience land have any ideas about what the theme is, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to know.
Yeah, we're just
Let's
taking
move on,
all
though.
theories.
Speaking of theories, I have a theory that you're really good talking to people on the street, Liam.
I love it.
You love it. We showed off a package that you did out of the park last week. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. This is another one you did. Do you want to set it up?
Yeah. So this was. We went to Madison Square Park, which is a park right by our office here in New York, and asked people if they could tell the difference between a quote from Game of Thrones or presidential candidate Donald Trump, because Donald Trump and Game of Thrones talk about a lot of the same stuff.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
But you guys should be excited and not terrified at all to watch this clip, so let's check it out now.
Hi, I'm Liam Matthews, and we're here in Madison Square Park, and we're playing Who Said It? Game of Thrones or Donald Trump? It's a lot harder than you might think. When somebody challenges you unfairly, fight back. Be brutal, be tough. Don't take it. It is important to win.
This too.
No, that was Trump.
Come
He
on.
tweeted that, yeah.
I'm thinking this guy.
Yeah.
No, that was Donald Trump who said that.
It sounded too smart, no?
The lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep.
I'm gonna go Trump again.
No, that was Tywin Lannister.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep.
Go with Game of Thrones.
No, that was Trump again. It was actually Mussolini who said that, but Trump, endorsed the sentiment. Has anyone ever told you you're as boring as you are ugly?
I want this to be right. Donald Trump?
No, that was Game of Thrones.
He will say it though.
Has anyone ever told you you're as boring as you are ugly?
They were born on the wrong side of the wall. Trump. No, that was Jon Snow who said that.
We were born on the wrong side of the wall.
We have to have a wall. We have to have a border. And in that wall, we're going to have a beautiful, big, fat door where people come into.
Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, 100%.
We have to have a wall. We have to have a border.
She came to my wedding. She ate like a pig.
I want Donald Trump to say
Yeah.
that. I don't know. Did he?
Yeah. And for extra credit, who did he say it about?
Oh God, I don't know. Rosie O'Donnell.
Correct!
Shut up.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, it was Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he said it about Rosie O'Donnell.
That was a total guess.
Yeah, he hates Rosie O'Donnell so much.
All right, great job, Liam. Seems like you had a fun day in the park.
Yeah.
So was there anything that got left on the cutting room floor? Anybody we didn't get to see?
Yeah, there was a great tourist we met who I think he was from Albania, and he loved Donald Trump. He thought he was hilarious, I guess. But he got cut because he was about 7 feet tall, and I just looked ridiculous standing next to him.
Well, there you go. If you're in the park and you see us with a microphone, try to shorten yourself a little bit. Speaking of short, time is short for Royal Pains,
Nice.
Liz. Thank
Excellent
you.
segue.
Thank you very much. I went to Segway school for 5 years. But tonight's the finale. What can you tell us about it?
I think that longtime fans of the show will be really pleased with how everything ends. It's I really liked it. I thought it tied everything together kind of nicely. In speaking with the creators and Mark Feuerstein, most of them said that they would be up for, like a movie or a reboot kind of down the track, so it kind of leaves those doors open. Here's a mild spoiler. There's a little bit of a flash forward at the end, so you see what happens down the road for some of these characters. But yeah, it's a nice ending that just kind of ties the whole show together, and yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people, I don't know if you have this behavior, I mean, we don't because we write and consume TV all the time, but I feel like a lot of people will check out the first couple of episodes of show, forget about it, and then tune in for the finale. So going into the finale, what are the key things we need to know?
Basically, Hank is, Mark Feuerstein's character Hank is trying to decide whether he's going to stay in the Hamptons or whether he's going to leave. And the whole show has kind of been about him trying to find love and trying to find a wife, and he realized in last week's episode that maybe he doesn't need all that. Maybe he's just happy enough with his family being, his brother and his sister-in-law, and this community of people, of patients that he's built around himself in the Hamptons. So he makes a definitive decision in the finale, and we'll all see what that is.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
And did you like the episode?
I did, yeah. I thought it was really good, and we're going to be posting interviews with Mark and the two showrunners immediately after the episode ends. So if you're a Royal Pains fan, you can check back on the site at 11 Eastern, and we'll have a couple interviews and a recap up.
All right, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Now, for you guys, it is time to send in your questions. If you haven't already, put them in the comments below in Facebook, or you can hit us up on Twitter, #TVGLive. Let's go to them now. We have one from Twitter. Carmelita asks, are we going to find out what Paige and Evan are having on Royal Pains? Is that a spoiler? I mean, I assume it's a baby. They're going to have a baby.
They're having a great time. No, yeah, you find out their storyline comes to an end, but yes, you do get an answer to that question, but there's a little bit of a twist involved, actually a couple twists involved with that plot line. So yes, you do find that out.
Cool. I have a question for you. I feel like I've asked you this before. Why is it called Royal Pains? There's no kings in it. And his name is not Hank Royal or anything like that.
No, I think it's just, Hamptons royalty, bunch of rich people. They have physical pains, mental pains that he treats. I don't know. And they're also, some of them are pains.
They're difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like difficult people.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
they should have called the show Difficult People.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
And difficult people should have been called Royal Pains.
Right?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we're figuring out everything. Here's another question. Justine on Twitter asks, what is the season 6 theme American Horror Story? That's basically all we want. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what everybody wants. But so let's run down them. I always forget at least one of them. So the first one was Murder House. There was Asylum. There was, I know
Coven.
It's Coven, but I'm going to call it Coven.
Coven,
because in
American
honor of-
Horror Story.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, what was it called? American Movie.
American Movie.
American
Coven.
Movie.
There was Freak Show, and then there was Hotel.
Yeah.
Was that all 6? I didn't actually count.
Well, that was 5, and then this is 6.
Okay, so this is 6.
Yeah.
So what do we have left? What haven't they covered? Last season was Dracula's. They've had ghosts.
Hotel Dracula? Is that what it was called?
What?
Hotel Dracula? Is that
It
what
wasn't called. I mean, vampires are all Draculas. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. So what do they have left? Frankenstein monsters.
I've been pitching American Horror Story Florida for years, so I don't.
Yeah, the one thing that I am wondering about with it is a lot of people were critical of the past couple of seasons of American Horror Story. Certainly it hit a creative and awards high by bringing in Lady Gaga, but there were a lot of very long episodes and it felt like it was trying people's patience. But do you think with the creative resurgence of American Crime Story, is that going to drive them towards more focus with American Horror Story Season 6?
I think it could go either way. I mean, Ryan Murphy's pulling double duty now. I mean, he's always pulling like quadruple duty, but between this and American Crime Story, he's got these two sort of flagships. Sarah Paulson the same way. She's coming back to American Horror Story, and who knows whether she'll be in American Crime Story Season 2, but probably. So I don't know. I don't really watch American Horror Story, so I can't speak to the quality of that, but I could see Ryan Murphy either really embracing having these two shows or just kind of getting spread too thin.
Gotcha. All right.
Well,
so
Oh, I think if they do, I think they could do, since it's season 6, they could do like a satanic panic storyline, you know, sort of about kidnappings and just maybe do like an 80s period piece and then have that a crime element in that too. I think that's a good idea.
That's
Yeah,
good.
crossover.
You should write for American Horror Story. You should be American Horror Story, American Crime Story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or they could do American Horror Story Fargo. They could do a crossover.
Absolutely. Cool. Guys, I think that's all the time that we have. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys for watching. We're on every single weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so please check it out. It's a complicated world of TV, and we're going to guide you through it. See you guys next time.